their message. Our reporter Patricia Visagie is there. Let's cross live to her. Very good morning to you, Patricia.
Well, thank you so much. Certainly here at the Union Buildings, where thousands of bikers have come from all parts of the country to come and unite against farm murders in the country, and of course take a stand against racism. Just to show you some of the activity that is taking place here. There you can see a whole wall that they have created, of course, with some of the placards and the messages here, trying to, of course, cement their message. There you can see Stop Plus Moorde, Stop Farm Murders, crosses, roses, as a part of their campaign and their action to raise awareness about this particular social ill in our society. We've been seeing literally thousands of bikers who have been coming up this hill, of course, here at the Union Buildings, just to, of course, participate in this action and just to stand together, united against farm murders in the country. And they're not allowed to stop. As you can see, they are participating in what you call a ring riding. So nobody stops. They're not allowed together, as you would know that it is still, of course, in the midst of COVID-19, so social distancing being of vital importance. So they're just trying to, of course, ride together to create awareness. And just again to show you, here's another group here that has joined, and they're walking around with, of course, that placard there also to show their solidarity to, of course, what is happening here today. A lot of activity since early morning, a lot of people trickling in, a lot of bikers. As I said, they're coming from all parts of the country. Some of them have been riding for the past 2 days, 3 days to make it to the Union Building. So let's speak to one of the organizers of this event. So I'm joined today by Mr. Marinus Kutsia. He is the organizer for the bikers that are united against farm murders and racism in the country. Thank you so much for joining us. Just take us through the backbone of this event today.
Yeah, about a month ago on the 4th of August, all the bikers clubs and bikers councils got together on Gauteng and decided that they've got to do something as far as farm murders are concerned. We also then decided that we want to stop farm murders, but also racism in the country. And we started it in Gauteng. It's gone countrywide. This is in a country at the moment. It's in all provinces. There is something happening in Cape Town, very huge, KwaZulu-Natal and everywhere. This event, everybody is riding up from different provinces, from Nelspruit, from Limpopo, from Bloemfontein, from Northwest, etc. We expect some 10,000 bikes here today, Patricia.
You also have, you said, some people who are riding from, especially your rural parts, which are really far-fetched. Tell us more about that. Large groups that are here today.
Yeah, very much so. They're coming from the borders of Swaziland. They're coming from Mozambique, from Nelspruit. We've got a huge group coming from Nelspruit. We've got a very big group coming from Louis Trichardt, Limpopo. We've got a huge group coming from Parys, picking up guys from the Free State. There's a big group coming in from Northwest. But we basically planned it that all of the main routes into Pretoria will be flooded with motorcycles. We here have a 50 kilometers ring road, and we ride through the city. And also the city will be flooded with motorbikes today.
And there's one important rule that you emphasize. Nobody is allowed to stop, of course, in respect of the COVID-19 rules. Just tell us, how exactly is that going? Is it actually working that nobody is gathering? As I said earlier, we've got thousands of bikers who have already descended here in the capital city. Is it possible that nobody gathers?
I think it's impossible. At the moment, it's working well for now. We've got the ring road, so nobody is stopping here. Here they delivering the roses and the crosses. They can't deliver it yet because the bikes are going too fast. Maybe in the second round they'll come and deliver it. But I think you're right. There will be groups that's going to stop, and it's going to be difficult to control. But we've got the help of SABC, and we're in contact with them, and we're going to see what we can do if an event like that happens. But at 12 o'clock, at exactly 12 o'clock, we're all going to stop wherever we are, and we're going to do a helmet salute, and we're going to pray. And we're going to pray for farm murders to stop and for racism to stop.
Let's talk about farm murders. It's a very sensitive issue in South Africa, and it's a very emotive one as well, sometimes very deeply politicized, very controversial as well. There's so many facets to it, but it's something that is sensitive, I think, to many South Africans. Why was it necessary for you guys to gather here and come to the Union Buildings, the heart of the presidency, to come and actually create awareness? Why is it so important?
Yeah, Patricia, for the bikers, it's an old thing. We started in 2016 with mass rides. We started with bikers going for a year to farmers, investigating what's happening, finding out exactly what the problems are, trying to connect the authorities, SABC with the farmers, etc., seeing what we can do. And every time we do something, every time we create awareness, like in 2017, there was a post created with SABC. A general was put into a position, a lady general, in terms of rural security. So recently, when we started to doing this in Cape Town, the president mentioned 2 weeks ago that something should be done against farm murders. Minister Becky Kelly did the same a week ago. So the moment we create awareness, then something has happened. I think the bikers are worried about the farm murders. It is 57 farmers were killed last year. So the quantity is not that much, but the way the farmers are being killed, and the farmers are being killed by foreigners coming into the country, and it's normally burglaries, it's normally theft. That is what. So bikers has a huge heart. They've really got a big heart, and they just, wherever there's a problem, they will intervene and see what they can do about that.
Do you feel that maybe not enough is done to address this issue adequately?
Yes, absolutely. Very little has been happening. The moment we create awareness, then that is when something is happening. So that is what the bikers feel. The bikers are really hurtful in terms of farm murders, and nothing is happening about this.
When you say nothing, just put it into context so that South Africans understand, what does nothing really mean? So, there's very little happening. When we look at the 1 year ride that Pastor T.J. Maria and his group of bikers did, there's very little intervention between the authorities, between SABC and the farmers. What the farmers need is security. They need communication systems. They need a commando type network. That is what will help, and they don't have that. So the farmers, in fact, there are positives here. If we look at Limpopo, it's hugely positive in what the farmers with SABC and the police, etc., and the authorities do. There's very little farm killings in Limpopo and Northwest, but the rest of the country, very little is done. Sometimes when we have this conversation, we'll hear the stories that farm murders are part of just normal crime. It's not something that stands on its own. It's normal crime. Is that how you guys see it, or you see it differently?
No, beautifully put, Patricia. Lovely put. It's for us like hijack. It's for us like a hijacking. Hijacking isn't normal. Everybody see hijacking as normal. The same with farm murders. We all see it as normal. And so much more should we do.
Okay, I think it's a bit difficult here. You'd understand it's noisy, it is cloudy, So we're struggling really to hear each other very clearly. But I think the message is it is sent through, as I said earlier, thousands of bikers from all corners of the country who are descending here at the Union Buildings. They are busy with a ring drive or ring ride where they really just riding through the streets of the capital city, but the emphasis being here at the Union Buildings, where they're driving to create awareness and stand united against farm murders and of course the scourge of racism in the country. And they're hoping that this drive of bikers, the thousands of them, they're hoping that this can send a strong message for those in power to hear their plea and of course address the plight of farmers, in particular in the rural parts of the country. For now, let's toss it back to you in studio.
Patricia Visagie, thank you so much for that story. Let's go now live. Former Johannesburg